here in beautiful Alabama, where it's cold. Hating this. All right. Anyway, okay. Look, we did this console here for Mr. Sean Dutton. Okay. Now this thing, it's up on Alliance servers along with Purge for GTA 5. You got BO2, MW3, Ghost, and Advanced Warfare offhosts. You also have Jiggy and Sentinel, which are GSC menus for BO2, and you have College Football Revamped on this thing as well. All right. Now Sean went ahead, and of course he sent me bunch of games to rip on this thing and everything, like this one right here. So this one here. The reason why I'm doing it single is because this is a dual NAND. Okay, if you don't know what a dual NAND is, okay, a dual NAND is simply this: picture an Xbox with two brains. Okay. Now, what that does is you can have a retail side, and you can also have your hacked image side all on one console. So you can run stock, or you can run, modified, one or the other, okay? They also have triple NANDs where you can actually load RGH loader on it if you're into development and stuff like that, and then you could have three different NANDs on it, okay? So three different consoles all in one. All right, but this one is a dual NAND. Now, we did this one with a Viper dual NAND, the Viper was designed by Element, okay, Damien, who is a really cool guy. He's the one that sent me that triple NAND, a really, really decent guy. He developed the Viper dual NAND, okay? So, I talk with him, all the time and everything. And, this one does have a chip in it. It's RGH 1.2. And RGH 1.2 was brought to us by Josh Davidson, okay? Now, what he did is he found the PLL on the slim models, and we used the PLL to give us unbelievable boot times, okay? Which, there's no difference between RGH3 and the boot time on this thing, believe it or not, okay? Because it instant boots every freaking time, all right? It boots just like a retail on the hacked image side and on the retail side, all right? Now, this thing here, all right, I'm going to go over some things a little bit in depth with this, all right? Because the guy that bought this thing, after he purchased it, he asked me what a dual NAND is. I go, no. You don't know. Oh, boy, are you in for a world. So you got a little bit of a learning curve. It's not a big deal, okay? It's just a couple little idiosyncrasies that you have to know about these damn things, all right? A simple RGH, you boot it up, that's it. Okay, with the dual NAND, like I said, you can go either retail or modified, all right? And I made a system drive for it, okay, which is going to come with it. That's for the retail side. The hacked image side uses a 2 terabyte drive. All right, so anyway, how we do this is simply, I put the chips on and everything, wired it all up, and here's what happens with this thing. Okay, now watch. All right, to select the NAND, okay, all right, you hold the sync button in with it powered on, of course, and it's going to blink. NAND 2, that's a retail image, okay? That's your stock side. Hit it again, one blink, that's going to be your hacked image side, okay? So right now it's on the hacked image side. I'm going to select the retail side, okay? So there you go, all right? So now we're on the retail side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the system drive in. And the reason why I do that, the reason why I make a system drive, Microsoft starts snooping around. If they find a drive connected to it, and there's like programs on there like Homebrew, and they say, wait a minute, what the hell? And don't think that they can't do that, because they can, all right? They really can. All right, so I want to keep it safe. All right, so anyway, needless to say, all right, have our system drive in. We got the retail side. We're going to boot it up. And yes, this is a real, Star Wars console. It makes the funny sounds and everything, It's not a clone. All right, and as you can see, it boots. Everything is cool. All right, and we're booting up into the retail side. Now you will see, okay, as I do this here, so I'm trying to make this thing work here. All right, here we go. All right, now it's going to boot up into the retail side. Of course, now we're going to have to, of course, test the Xbox Live connection and everything else, okay, as it goes. All right, and now we're on our retail side. Okay, now I'm going to sync the controller up. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to system. I'm going to go to network settings, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the Xbox Live connection. All right, now hopefully without insanity, as long as Xbox Live cooperates, it should get up on the network with no problems, and everything should be fine and dandy, okay? And then there's your retail, okay, on Xbox Live, ready to go, All right. So let's see. There we go. All right. And there we are. Okay. So we're good. Everything is up, 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 up. Life is grand. Now we'll go ahead. We're back at it there. And as you can see, it's up, it's online, and it's live. Okay. So we now have a good retail image. Okay. Everything is cool. Everything is fine. All right. Now I'm going to show you something else too here. All right. If you go into system and you go into storage, okay, you will see there's your memory unit. Okay. Now, and of course, it's ready to go. It's blank. Okay. It's ready to go. All right. You can make a system drive, by the way, device options. Okay. Rename, remove, storage, clear system cache, transfer content, all that kind of good stuff. All right. You can make a system drive all the way up to 32 gig if you want. Okay. You know, it all depends on how many games you play on the retail side and all that. All right. But anyway, very versatile. You don't have to stick with this one. You can make another system drive. It ain't no big deal. You stick it in there. You go to storage, and you go ahead and you make you know, and it gives you the option to make a system drive. You make it, and there you go. You're done. All right. So that's your retail side. The boring retail side of this thing. There you are. Okay. Now I'm gonna power it off. All right. I love that sound. That's such a cool sound. All right. Now I'm gonna pull the stick out. Okay. And now the stick is out. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select the hacked image. Okay. There you go. Now that's the hacked image. Now we're gonna boot it up. You'll hear the fan speed is kicked up a little bit. I always run mine at 65%. As you can see, instant boot anyway. Okay, so, you know, I mean, chipless install is great, but also RGH 1.2 is great also, because chipless install was derived from, you know, RGH 1.2, okay, on the Slim. All right, and Alexi did that in correlation with Josh Davidson. Okay, so, you know, hats off to Josh for all his hard work, and also for keeping JRunner up and running, because, you know, I mean, Josh does a lot of modifications to the JRunner program. All right, now, as you can see, the boot is a little bit different here. Okay, so now what we've got here, okay, is now we have our simple Aurora dashboard. Okay, now let me show you here. Let me get this into frame here. All right, I'm sorry, I'm not a camera operator. Okay, I'm a soldering iron fanatic. All right, that's what I am. Okay, so as you can see, okay, we're in show all. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead, and this is 2 terabytes of fun right here. Okay, so we start off with the Xbox 360 dashboard, and as you can see, you know, here you go. Okay, I mean, so on and so forth. Okay, you got a ton of titles on here, and I mean a ton of titles. Okay, it goes on and on and on. As you can see, Dead Rising, Defiance, Dragon's Lore, Fable 2, Gears of War series, Guitar Hero, Grand Theft Auto series, so on and so forth. Whoop, wait a minute, this title. Yeah, I gotta change that one, because there's episodes from Liberty City, and then there's GTA 4. Okay, so what we do here is we find the right title cover for it, right here, and then we download it, so that way then you don't think that you have a double, because you don't. Okay, and what it'll do is it will go ahead and it will load the proper title cover. Okay, so wait a minute, I probably picked the wrong one, I bet. Let me see here, wait a minute, let me see here, what size is that? Nope, that's Liberty City. Okay, this one here, yep, that is GTA 4, Grand Theft Auto 4. Okay, so why did it not? That just makes me nuts. Wait a minute, hold on here. Let me try this here. Let me see if Aurora's playing nice. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Now, so as you can see now, that's a little better. Okay. Then you got Guitar Hero, you got your Halo series on here, and Kane and Lynch, Batman, Star Wars, Lego, you know, I mean, you know, Madden, your Mass Effect trilogy. Whoop, gotta hide this one. Sorry about that. That's a 2-disc game. That's why it shows it twice. We'll hide that there. Now, there we go. Okay, Mass Effect trilogy, so on and so forth. Mortal Kombat series, Storm, NBA 2K, NBA Jam. Okay. Your NCAA football series, okay, including NCAA Football 14 with College Football Revamped on it. Ninja Blade PGR4 PopCap Collection doesn't have a title, doesn't have any title artwork or anything like that. I mean, it shows a background, but there's no title covers for it. I don't know why, okay, but it is what it is. Red Dead Redemption, Resident Evil series, Saints Row, Sega Superstars, wrestling, Sonic, Spider-Man, Split Second, everything that you could ever want. I mean, it goes on and on and on until finally, whoopsie, wait a minute. One more I gotta do here. There we go. Okay, good. That's a 4-disc game, by the way. And then, of course, you have your wrestling on there, all sorts, and back to dashboard. Okay, so it's pretty freaking huge. All right, Now that's just the Xbox 360 games. Now you have Xbox Live. Okay, so you have your XBLA on here, and there is a ton of XBLA on here. It's just ridiculous. Okay, including Goat Simulator. All right, and then of course you have your tools. And then you have indie games on here. And there is a ton of indie games on here, okay, as you can see. And I mean a load of indie games. And then, of course, you have your classic games on here. There's a ton of classic games on here. Original games like, your ESPN 2K5, so on and so forth. Prime Time, Halo, Juice, Knockout Kings, Madden. Some of them have title artwork, some of them don't. Your Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, NBA 2-3, and Fall, NBA Freedom, NBA Jam, NBA Live, okay, Street V3. I mean, everything that you could possibly want from the original that plays on this thing, okay? Some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of them play on this thing without a problem. Some of them give you a problem, okay? It's just because of the emulator and the way the emulator is built, because it's actually emulating the original Xbox, okay? So, then you have your emulators on here. I hate that when it does that, dang it. So we just download a cover here. There we go. Okay, cover's being downloaded. It's downloaded. Okay, life is grand. Processing, good. There we go. All right. So you got NES emulator, Game Boy Advance, Sega, MAME, Super Nintendo, back to NES emulator, so on and so forth. Okay, so you got a ton of emulation on there as well. Over 8,000 ROMs on there. All right, now what we'll do is we'll go to the original dashboard. Okay, we'll hit that. Make sure she gets up and online on our network. Yep, there we go. Good, really good KV. All right, and of course there you are, and there's our HUD right there. Hit the guide button. All right, over in our 5th tab, our cheats: Advanced Warfare, BO2, Ghosts, and Modern Warfare 3. Okay, well, to disable, hit A. To enable, hit A. That's on the ones that are highlighted there. All right, so we'll bring that back. Now, I want to touch a couple of things on this dual land with you, so you understand. Okay, all right, because if I don't, you could wind up banning the original KV. All right, I'm going to show you something here. We're going to go into File Manager. I'm going to show you a couple things with this thing also. So it's a little bit of a tutorial as well as, showing Sean's, dual name here. All right. So if we hit the back button here, we go to our File Manager. Okay. Now in our File Manager, we go to HDD1. Okay. HDD1, okay, is where the root of the file system is. Okay. You always put a KV on HDD1. As you can see, that's kv.bin. That's not the KV from this console. That is another KV. All right, because if I use the original kv.bin on a stealth server, you risk banning the retail side. You don't ever want to do that. You don't ever want to remove the kv.bin. Because if you remove it, what will happen is my server will see that there's no kv.bin on the hard drive. So it'll take the kv.bin right off the motherboard and put it on the hard drive and reset it to that. You don't want to do that, okay? So even if this KV should ever get banned, you just buy another KV, paste it on HDD1. Do not remove that one. Paste it on HDD1, so that way there's no way in hell that this thing can reset the KV to, to the original stock KV. All right? Always want to keep the kv.bin on there. All right? It's very easy copying and pasting a KV. All right? Let's say got one on a stick right here. Okay? You download it, you put it on a stick that's formatted FAT32. All right, and then what you can do, you just stick it in the Xbox, just like that. All right, and it will come up and it will find it, just like that. And then what you do is using the right button, go over this side of the system right here, then go to USB. Okay? Now, as you can see, 1 kV, Sean Dutton. That's this KV that's on this hard drive. So all you do is just open it up, and there's the CPU key text, which you don't need because my server generates it for you anyway. And you just take your KV, and then all you do is you copy it. Okay, by copying it, you hit the left D-pad over, and as you can see, this highlighted right here. You hit copy, one file in queue for copy. Then you hit LB, bring it over to HDD1, okay, and all you got to do is go left over, highlight, paste, hit A, and it'll paste it on there, okay? So, you know, I mean, pretty much just like that. Paste complete. You're done. That's how you change a KV. It's very, very simple, all right? There's no insanity. Now, you can use Xbox 360 Neighborhood. You can use FTP on it as well, okay? You know, I mean, to transfer files and folders over, in which I go over that in the startup setup video that I'm going to send with the email for this thing, with the tracking number and all that kind of good stuff. But that's how you copy a KV. Very simple, all right? So, there you go. Then once you're done there, all you got to do, pull the stick, shut it down, start it up. Now, if you did it right, and it says exactly kv.bin, it's going to find that file, and what it's going to do, it's going to start up, it's going to shut down, and then restart itself, setting the KV, okay? Giving it the identity, okay? So, you know, I mean, like I said, that's one of the idiosyncrasies about, you know, a dual NAND, all right? Now, okay, a lot of people ask me, well, how can I copy my original games to a hard drive? Well, I'm going to go through that, all right? And why I'm going to do that is because a lot of people have asked me, and, you know, I go over it time and time and time again, and it's pretty simple, but still people don't understand. And in Aurora, it can be a little confusing because they didn't just make it copy the title over. No, they went ahead and they did some stuff, and so it's a little different. Now, what you would do is this, okay? Now, this is already, this is Sean's, you know, disk here, and it's already been copied over. But we're gonna do it. I'm gonna show you how it does it anyway. Okay. So, all right. All Pro Football 2K8. All right. What you would do is this. If you want to copy this disk over, all right. The first thing you would do is you would pull up your file manager. Then what you would do, you click on the file manager, go to HDD1. Everything has a folder. Okay. You know, it's a hierarchy, just like OG Xbox. That's where all your original games are, okay? So we'll bring that back there by hitting B. So we go ahead and then we go to games. This is your Xbox 360 games, okay? Now, as you can see, everything has a folder. In that folder is the actual game, okay? As you can see. All right, so on and so forth, okay? Now, what you would do, all right, this title name is already on there, so I'm not going to make a duplicate title name because that's crazy, all right? So what you would do is you would take your game, whatever it may be, okay, and you would name it what the title is on the artwork there, okay. So you go over here to the left, right here, okay, and you go ahead, and what you do is you go ahead, you select that, and you make a new directory, okay. So let's just call it, yeah, we'll call it this, okay. There you go. I'm always twisted, I know. What are you gonna do? There we go. Okay, so we got a folder now that's going to be named Dickless. Okay, it's a new game. Okay, it's by me. Now we go down to Dickless. Okay, all right. Make sure that it's there. There it is. Okay, now it's an empty folder. Okay, now what you're gonna do, all right, is once you verify that it's there, you take this thing. Okay, and then you go ahead, you pull the disk out of it. Like so. There it is. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is this. And I'm going to show you here. All right, here we go. We get it yet? Yeah, I love that sound. Yeah, there you go. Tough little console, ain't it? Take the disc, slam it in there. Okay? Close the drive door. All right? Now, you will see the disc is going to spin up. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to back out of here, back out of File Manager completely. All right, we're going to let it find it. There it is. Following has been inserted DVD. Okay. Now, open up File Manager. Okay. Now, hitting the right button. Go right from right to left. Okay. Make it simple. All right. What you're going to do is DVD. Okay. You're going to click on that by hitting A. Now, as you can see, there you go. Don't ever put the system update in. It doesn't need that. Okay. All right. It's already been. You don't need system update on this thing. So what you're going to, anytime you see a disk that has system update on, don't copy that. That's just an update for this thing to update it to the latest dashboard, and it's already on the latest dashboard, so you don't need that folder. It only takes up space. Don't worry about it, okay? What I want you to do, though, is I want you to go down here, all right? And then, as you can see, you hit X to select. So we're going to grab this, and this, and this, and this, and this, okay? Now we're going to go over to the left. We're going to bring this down, and as you can see, copy comes up. We're going to hit it. Okay, five files in queued for copy. All right. Then we're going to go ahead. We're going to go over to the left window pane right here by hitting LB, and then we're going to go to HED1. Then we're going to go to our games right here. All right. Then we're going to bring this down to Dickless. Okay, let's see here. Where the hell is it? There it is. Okay. Now what we're going to do, all right, is we're going to bring it on over, bring it to paste, as you can see, right? Hit paste. Okay, you sure you want to paste this? Yeah, I do. All right, so now it gathers the information, and there it goes, and it's copying. Okay, and it's going to start copying the discs. It's going to copy the disc right from the disk. It's going to copy it and put it right on the hard drive. Okay, so we're going to abort that because we don't need to do that. Okay, so anyway, now after it's done, though, you let it go all the way to 100%, and then let it close out. Once that's done, eject the drive. Okay. And put the disc safely back in and put it back in your game archive, so that way then this is so discs don't get scratched and all that stuff, and you're not using it and wearing it out and wearing the DVD player out. Okay. Now close the drive door. All right. Back out of there. Back out of there. Back out of there. And back out of there. Then what you would do is this: you would simply back out, and then you would go ahead. You would hit the start button right here, and that brings up this thing right here. Go to content. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you go over and you hit scan now. I don't have it set on auto scan because every time you set it on auto scan, every time this console boots up, it automatically scans everything. All right, that takes up time, resources, and everything. You don't need to do that. You just do this when you add a game. All you got to do is just hit scan now, and then it will find the game. It will download the artwork for it, and it will put it in the appropriate folder. Okay, because you put it in the games folder, it's going to find it, and it's going to go under Xbox 360 games. Okay? If you have homebrew, you put it in the homebrew folder, and then you scan it, and it'll show that. Okay, that's how you copy a game over. Okay, it ain't no big deal. Now, what we're gonna do though is we're gonna get rid of Dickless here. All right, so let me go ahead. We'll go to AGD1. All right, we will find Dickless under games. Okay, and we'll get rid of Dickless here. Hang on here. There it is. There we go. Yes. Okay, good. Empty folder. Okay. So we hit that, bring this over, and we highlight that right there, hit delete, yes, gone, that's it, good. Okay, so you don't have Dickless on your hard drive. So anyway, excuse me, that's how you copy files and folder, and that's how you copy a game over, okay? It's pretty easy, and like I said, once you scan it in, it will find it, and it will put it in the appropriate folder. If you put it in the games folder, it's going to go in the Xbox 360 games, okay? If you put it in the Xbox Live Arcade, which is on your content folder, because that's where all of these games are located, are on your content folder, all right? If you look, okay, you got to get into this because, like I said, you have to know what you're doing with one of these things if you want to really use it to its full potential, okay? If you just want to play games on it, that's fine and dandy, okay? But there's so much more that you can do with this thing. It's nuts, all right? Let's see here. Go to File Manager, HED1, go to Content, go to the 16.0 folder, and then as you can see, these are all your title updates, but they're also your xbla is also stored on here. Okay, so like I said, you can go down, and as you can see, there's a load of stuff on here, like Sam and Max Save the World. That's xbla. Okay, that's where it always scans in for the arcade games. Okay, just to let you know. So that's where you would put, your game, okay? As you can see, it's a folder. There is Xbox Live Arcade, and there's the game right there, all right? So on and so forth, okay? Now that's done, okay? And you understand that, all right? That's also where your title updates go and everything else. Like, let's say, okay, a lot of people have asked me, well, it's not seeing the title update right and everything. Well, that's because you didn't set it up right, okay? If you go into, like, Afro Samurai, okay? You hit Y, okay? Now, you highlight this. Now this has multiple functions on it, as you can see. If you hit left D-pad, okay, this right now it's at title updates. Okay, that's DLC, and that's where the file is. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hit A. Okay, now as you can see, there's your version right there. We enable it by highlighting it. Okay, and then if it's not there, what you do is you hit RB. Okay, and it will see if there's any updates, you know, on the Aurora database. It will find it, and then you will just download it. That's it, by hitting A. Download it, and then all you got to do is just back out of there. And once you download it, and it downloads and everything else, right, what it's going to do, it's going to go ahead, and it's going to put that up there, but it's going to look like that, okay? What you want to do is you want to select it like that, just by hitting A. And then all you got to do, because you got A to disable, A to enable. Pretty easy. It's all right there. All the instructions are right there as you go through these menus here, okay? So anyway, there you go. That's how you download a title update for a system. It's just like, you know, with All Pro Football 2K8, all right? Hit Y, bring it down. All right, there it is, okay? So highlight it. There's your title update. Pretty easy. Done. All right, now, most of the time, it will go to the content folder to find the title update. If it's not there, Aurora builds its own database, okay, and it makes its own title updates. And what it does is it, well, to explain it, go to File Manager, HTTP1, go to Aurora, go to Data. Okay, and as you can see, your title updates. Okay, that's it right there. It's hashed, and it's hashed to this hard drive. Okay, so you know, I mean, if you ever delete that folder, oh my God. Okay, get ready to scan new titles in and everything else, and then start downloading all the updates that are not in the content folder. Okay, it just makes it faster for Aurora to be able to go into their database. Okay, grab the title update and go. All right, pretty simple. Okay. So when you get online, if it says that there's a title update or whatever, most likely you don't have it. You download it, or what it's going to do is it's going to download itself and put it in the content folder, and then you can scan for new title updates without having to worry about, you know, deleting any title updates or anything like that. Scanning for new title updates, okay, hit the start button, content, scan now, okay? So if you download a title update, right, let's say it downloads it, we'll come here, go to title updates, scan now, you're good. Okay? Very easy. I'm sorry I'm getting a little long-winded on this, guys, but, you know, a lot of people don't know this stuff, but I want them to understand it, you know? I mean, you know, you paid money for this thing. I want you to be able to use it. Now, okay, let's go over one other thing, all right, before I close this out here, okay? Classic games, okay? Now, here's your classic games, all right? Now, all right, let's say Burnout Revenge, you want to play it, okay? Now, we're online right now. Okay, if you look, you have your Alliance Live guide and all that stuff. You got the fancy guide and all that crap, okay? Well, with that being online, it doesn't play nice with the emulator. So what will happen is, and I've had a lot of people say this, okay? Oh, it's black screen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, of course, all right? Because this is what's going to happen when you try to run this thing directly, okay, while you have the server online, okay? I'm going to hit it. There you go. Absolutely nothing. Okay. There's a conflict in memory here. You got two places trying to share the same memory, and on a Power PC that doesn't work. All right. Obviously, there's a collision, and therefore it doesn't know what to do. So right now it's sitting there going, poo poo caca. Okay, you don't want this. Okay, this is not good. Okay, so what you do is you shut it down, okay? When you want to play a classic game, shut it down, all right? And then what you do, okay, is simply this. We run in bypass mode. What is bypass mode? Power it on, eject. Leave the tray hanging out, okay, until it reaches Aurora. Now, once it starts up Aurora, okay, it's going to go ahead, it's going to suck the tray back in, okay? Then I'm going to show you the difference here, all right? Just so you know, because like I said, you know, a lot of people don't know this stuff. I'm surprised because RGHs have been around forever, and, you know, it's just people don't do the research, or they just hear about them and they're like, oh, cool, I'm going to buy one, and they have no idea what they're getting into. Okay, you know, I mean, because you've got an Xbox here with all the safeties off, It is complete. If you tell it to run off a cliff, it will do so happily. Okay, so you got to be careful. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sync the controller up here, and right now it's in bypass mode. Okay, now watch this. All right, we're gonna pull up a guide. As you can see, we have a regular Aurora guide. Okay, Xbox guide, all the regular stuff. You know, no fancy alliance or anything like that. You're on your network. Don't get me wrong. But you cannot get to Xbox Live. Xbox Live is blocked, okay? Why? Because this is an RGH, okay? And what happens is, without a stealth server, you can't get on Xbox Live. Otherwise, you'll ban the KV immediately. This is the Xbox in protective mode, okay? It enables Xbox Live Strong. It enables Xbox Live. It enables Strong and Xbox Block, Xbox Live Block, and all that. So that way, then it can't get to the server and ban the KV. Also now, you can also play in Link, okay, which is Aurora's, like Xbox Live Network. It uses System Link patch games that you can play, you know. So it's like a big local area network, but you're able to play, you know, across the world or whatever, all right? That's Link. That's Link Network. If you want to look that up, go to unity.link, okay? Yeah, I think it's Unity Link, or Unity for Xbox 360. Just Google it and you'll see it, okay? You can make an account on there. And then you can play System Link patch games with this thing too, online. Just like just like Halo 4 or whatever. You know, I mean, you can play that online, okay, with people across the network, okay. So anyway, now you have your Aurora, okay. So we're back out of there. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead. We'll go over the classic games here. All right. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. All right. So now we'll go ahead. We'll hit Burnout. Okay. As you can see, we got the Xbox logo. There you go. All the partitions are set up for, you know, for compatibility and all that. And pretty much it's going to load. Should load anyway. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Some of these titles, like I said, you know, I mean, some work, some don't, some blacklisted, some are not. But this opens it up so that way then anything that was blacklisted can run on this thing. I mean, it's, you know, it might not run to its full potential, but it will run. Okay? So, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, it all depends upon what, where, how, and who. Okay, and as you can see, there you go, and the thing is running. Life is grand. And there it is, the original Xbox game playing on what? On an Xbox 360. Okay? As you can see from back in 2005. And there you go. All right? Pretty simple. There it is. Okay? Now, all right. Now, while you're in this game, okay, you play it or whatever, okay, if you hit the guide button, you might get a fatal crash. That is not detrimental. It is not going to hurt anything. It's just some of these games, they will fatal crash when you hit the guide button. It's just the way it is. What am I going to tell you, okay? I'm going to hit the guide button. We'll see if it crashes. No, it didn't fatal crash. Okay, so we can go back, Xbox Home. Some of them do, some of them don't. But it ain't going to hurt anything. It's only going to bring back up Aurora, and then you'll be able to play another game, whatever game you want to play. All right? But now what it's going to do is going to reload Aurora, and there you go. All right? Now, one other thing about this thing, okay? Because, you know, I mean, like I said, I want you to be able to take full advantage of this thing. Okay, look. Go to Xbox Live Arcade. Now, Live Arcade. Some people say, well, it doesn't play the, you know, it doesn't play the full versions or anything like that. Yes, it does in bypass mode. Okay? So you got to have it in bypass mode to play the full games. Like Boogeyman, okay? There you go. And what's it going to do? There's your Xbox Live Arcade. Telltale Games, blah, blah, blah. So on and so forth. And you're playing the full version, okay? Wallace and Gromit. There you go, okay? So press start. Life is good. Okay? I'll use that thing. There we go, okay? And there you are, okay? So now you're playing the full version of this game, okay? No problems, everything is cool, okay? There you go. Now, all you gotta do, okay, is if you want to get out of here, hit the guide button, go back home, yes. And there you have it, okay? That's bypass mode with this system, okay? So, like I said, very versatile, does a lot of things, emulates the original Xbox, all your emulated games too, you know, I mean, as far as emulators, you can play that online as well. You don't have to worry about putting in bypass mode for emulators. Okay, just like, let's see here. We'll go to emulators, okay? There we go, okay? And, let's see here now. Yeah, we'll do, let's see here. Yeah, let's do NES emulator, what the hell. Okay? So Nintendo system, there you go. There's your games right there. There's a whole bunch of them. Okay, I mean anything that you want, it's there. Let's see here. Let's yeah, Donkey Kong Classic game. There you go. Okay, there you go. All right, and you know, I mean, like I said, you play it, whatever. You know, it's all good. So on and so forth. You know, everything works on it. All that kind of crap. So as you can see, it all works real good. And yes, it just plays just like Mario. Okay, there you go. Just like Nintendo. All right. So there you have it. All right. Oh yeah. See, I jumped the fire. See, I didn't get that on my balls. Ha ha. Whoa. Wait a minute. Ow. Yeah, I just got my crotch burnt. Okay, never mind. So anyway, all right. And then we just bring this back. We're home. Yep, there you go. All right. Pretty simple. There you are. That's how you play your, you know, your emulation games. So anyway, I'm sorry that this got a little long, but you know, I mean, if I don't explain this stuff to you, you will not know. All right. So now you do. Okay. So hopefully this all helps you. Guys, listen, I want to thank you all for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. I'm going to be doing some tutorial videos that I'm going to be putting up, you know, on this stuff, okay? Also, you know, I mean, it's been gone over numerous times, but sometimes people need refreshers or whatever, and sometimes things weren't covered and things that were covered and all that, because there's so much that it's just ridiculous, okay? However, though, you know, I'm gonna do some videos, you know, for new people and everything that want to learn about this, that want to understand it and how it works and all that happy nonsense. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. You know, I mean, but of course, you know, I have consoles that I've got to build. So you know, and I'm very busy. My build queue is crazy. All right, you know, I'm catching up finally. But still, and yet it grows every day. So you know, I mean, it's just the way that it is. I mean, so you know, I got to find the time to be able to do this. So you know, as I said, maybe once a week or whatever, I'll come up with a new tutorial or something for you guys. You know, I mean, just for the hell of it. But anyway, I hope that you all have a good one. You all take care and be safe. And I got to get to building consoles. I hope you all have a great day. Take care of yourselves. And Sean, it's on its way, brother. Okay, you're gonna get an email. You're gonna have a tracking number and a startup setup video guide, all that crap. All right, all the details will be in the email. Thank you for your business, man. I greatly do appreciate it, and I hope that you really enjoyed it. Okay, and like I said, you know, I mean, you could look at this as a tutorial, or you could refer back to it, or whatever, you know, I mean, on how to use this thing, because like I said, it's a dual land, so, you know, you're into a little bit different of a world than just an RGH, all right? But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Guys, you all have a good one. I'm going to holler at you all later. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day.